we go. Julie and Milo show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. Bringing you founders from a near and far. Listen as they tell you now just who they are. Listen to their stories and how they tell. In just 3 minutes how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today. And how they're loving that on passive away on passive. It's a here today on passive. There's just no better way. But listen to the Julie and the Mallow show. So then you can be the very first to know on passive. It's a here today. Julie and Mallow show is coming your way. Wednesday night on passive. Ah, yeah. Julie, take it away. Whoops, that way.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. Today is May 4th, 2022. It is a Wednesday. We usually call it is a hum day. It's the mid of the week. We're getting through half of the week. And so we're getting over the hum to get to the end of the week. So that's what I literally understood hum day is all about. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. As you know, when I put this show out there to everyone, I like tonight to be a really open mic, but I like to focus on the topic called, what is your on-passive aha moment, right? You could have one moment, you could have several moments. So what is your on-passive moments, right? So for a lot of us who are here, not sure what the word aha means. To me, what is it the moment in your life, in the journey of on passive, that make you said, oh my gosh, I got it? Or what is it that pulling your heartstrings, right? Anyone's that share when you're attending webinars, someone shares something to you and I said, oh, that is a light bulb moment in my head. Is it something great? So I wanted to say welcome everyone to our Wednesday night Julie and Milo show. I wanted to send it over to Milo so he can say hello to everyone, welcome everyone, and get the show started.
Hey, how you guys all doing? This is Milo from Nashville, Tennessee, and it's so good to be on the Julie and Milo show tonight. And remember, if you was not here, we would not have a show. So thank you all for showing up. And this is going to be a great show because I know there's been so many aha moments, Julie, that, man, they started a long time ago for us, but they just keep coming. And you keep saying, you know, that light, whatever movement, you know, and we just love it, man, because it is a wonderful thing. Back to you.
Absolutely, it is. I like to get the show started, and it would be great if you like to share tonight. It would be great if you raise your hand. And like we always say, in the Julie Milo show, we have the time slot for everyone to be able to share. Tonight, we have about 190-something people here. So it would be great if you would take about 3 minutes to share. And everyone who knows Milo, when you are raising your hand about to share, you might want to keep an eye on Milo because this is what he does when your time, because he does have a timer going on. So when you see Milo start rubbing his hands together, that means you're running out of time. And if you see that we are stepping in kind of like, wow, that's awesome, it just a signal to let you know that the time that you have is going toward the end. So Milo, I would like for you and I to start first. Why don't I ask you, what is your aha moment? Just give us one of them and then we can step in and share more in a little bit later.
So many of them, Julie, but I would like to start with the one with O'Mel. O'Mel, when O'Mel come out, and I realized what O'Mel was going to do, it was an aha moment for me. And I better start my clock or I'll run over. But when you talk about you can hit a button and send 1 million emails out at the touch of a button, That is huge. If you're an internet marketer, you know how huge that is, because it will take you days and sometimes weeks to send out 1 million emails, regardless of whatever. I know Gmail will only allow you to send out 500 at a time. You have to send out 500, wait a day, send out 500 more. 1 million is a lot of 500s. Believe me, 1 million is a whole lot of 500. So any of the internet marketers know what that is. Also, when you bundle that with an autoresponder, are you kidding me? You get an autoresponder with it also that will respond to people sending an email back to you, and it'll actually answer for you. So you don't have to answer all them same questions over and over. It just goes, oh, hey, this is Milo. Hey, thanks for asking that question. Yeah, here's the answer, or whatever. That is a cool thing right there. That's a big thing, And then when you talk about, I don't know if you guys remember when I asked Ash, I said, Ash, are we going to be able to also text message? Now, I don't know if that's worked in. I believe it's some way worked in with OMail, but I don't know, some kind of system that does that. But text messaging is so big. I mean, when you talk about, I don't know how many of you get emails, but I get about 2 million a day, it seems like. I don't even look at my emails no more because it's crazy how many I get. I tell people, if you want me, text me or text me that you emailed me, if it can only be emailed. But I went to just text messaging, because, let's face it, we all just got a little bit of time or the same amount of time, but there's only so much we can do in a day. So I just go by text messaging. But anyway, that's my take on OMail. There's just so much that it's going to help us out with. And I can see, especially for people, when we learn to market. And remember, the class with Academy is going to have a school, a university that teaches us how to market. When you put that together and then you got OMail, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Look for big things coming up. All right, my time is about up, so I'm done. Next, Julie. Let me ask you, Julie, tell me, what is your big takeaway? I know you've had a few light bulb moments.
I do, but I just wanted to share my very first moment when the light bulb that turned on very bright in my head. As you understand, I came into ONPASSIVE at the very beginning of 2019, but for the very first 2 years, I honestly didn't understand, couldn't follow Mr. Ash Mufarad, couldn't follow any of that. And so I believe at that time I was, busy doing something else. There's a lot of things happening in life at that time. But in December 4th, 2020, when we started Julie and Milo's show, I honestly still did not know a whole lot of it, right? And then as I move along, interview founders around the world, and then during that conversations, I'm like, okay, great. It's doing a lot of things, impacting on a lot of people. However, still didn't turn on the light in my head until little time when Mr. Ash Mufarad, remember, went on to a meeting and he introduced Catmo. He said letter C, letter A, letter T, letter M, and letter O. And he had all of us kind of like guessing, right? And I was like, what are they? I start, try to, asking questions. And then the next meeting he came up, he gave us the definition of CATMO. Letter C stand for complete digital solution. Letter A stand for artificial automation, basically using artificial intelligence. T stand for targeted traffic. M stand for money, and O stand for ONPASSIVE, always over deliver. And at that time, that light bulb just turned on so bright in my head. And now I am so Catmo and I'm so ONPASSIVE. Like I said, no one can take ONPASSIVE out of Julie, and no one can ever do that, because that light bulb, that moment, just keep turning on brighter and brighter and brighter too on my mind. And now it's Catmo, and probably another millions things on top of it. And that's ONPASSIVE for me. That's the brightest moment for me that I could ever. And I love it. I live in that moment ever since then until now. And it's going to be the rest of my life. So if you're currently watching this and you're not sure what CATMO means, you got to get back with whoever that share that abbreviation with you. You have to get back and share with someone that talked about ONPASSIVE. I don't know what my time is, but I keep going and I will keep going. And now I wanted to go ahead and welcome all of our friends, guests, founders that currently watching on YouTube right now. Welcome to our webinar today. If you're currently watching us and you're not subscribed to the channel that you are watching, please go ahead and click that button, subscribe it, and also click the bell, just so that you know we are doing this every day. Every day you're gonna see there's a live coming on and you want to participate. You wanna know more, because the only way for you to understand CATMO or ONPASSIVE or the culture of what we are creating here is to plug in, is to watch the webinar. So as I said, thank you so much for being here with us. Please subscribe to the channels that you're currently watching. And if you are the subscriber already, we appreciate your support. So Milo, I wanted to send it back to you. Let's start welcoming our friends and all the hands that currently raising.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Good stuff. Yeah. So let's start off with Kathy Lee Friedman. Kathy, come on down and talk to us.
Well, thank you. It's really good to be here. I haven't been here in a while. And I think, Julie, you were fantastic when you were explaining CATMO. The same thing. I have two aha moments. And one was the other day. It was on the 30th, on our last marketing in Dubai. And I mean, all of them have been fantastic. But I was sitting there and I went, oh my God, all like that. It was like all of a sudden, because I was here since October of 2018, we had nothing. And when I saw all those people and how many people were there watching in Dubai, and you could almost hear the cameras clicking. And I said, oh, the compound marketing was just going to be amazing. And so many people are asking me now that have never even talked to me about it. So the compound marketing is so amazing, and Ash is so brilliant. But the other one that was maybe personal for me, and I don't know if you remember when he was traveling, when Ash was traveling to Michigan, and he stopped, I believe it was outside of Atlanta, and he was outside of his car and he was just talking, and Marty was videoing it, and he said that he would never leave his family, that he would take his family with him whenever he traveled. That to me told me what a man he was, because that was like my dad. We never separated as a family. And that made me understand his heart even more than I thought I did. So those were two that I wanted to share. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thanks for being here with us. And let's keep rolling to Key Window. Key, good to have you here. Always, Key. Every time I see you on webinar, I'm like, this guy got time, because I know how busy you are doing with the work, with the demanding work that you have as a nurse. So Key, please go right ahead, please.
Well, thank you so much, Julie. I have to correct you there a little bit. I'm not a nurse. No desire to be a nurse. Take my hat off to them. They're amazing people. We need our nurses, but I'm a respiratory therapist. And Dan, I'm glad to see you here, because I've had many moments of, oh my God, aha moments. Just watching ONPASSIVE evolve and grow and change. And the other night I had the opportunity to listen to Pat, listen in, and she had a question about her oxygen concentrator, and can we integrate the AI into that? And I'm like, oh man, this is going down a cart path that I hope we don't go down. And not to take anything away from Pat, but I think Dan will understand when you get involved in the medical field, medical world rather, and devices and equipment and things, it is such a tedious process. And I think Dan can extend and expand upon what I'm trying to say is so many people get involved in what the FDA will allow you to do. And what, I mean, it's just an unbelievable process. What Pat was referring to is something that we call biometrics or biofeedback. And we see it today. It's in our world today, and all of you have seen it or heard of it. And it's the IED device that we use for CPR. You know, we put those pads on patients, and the digital voice comes back, and it says analyzing, and it's analyzing the heart rhythm of the patient, and it'll say shock advised or no shock advised. Then a human being has to physically hit a button and charge that machine, and then you have to hit another button to deliver the shock. So there's always a human being involved in that process. And because of medicine, I think a human being will always be involved. But, you know, one of the areas of medicine, and y'all can look this up, it's not news, more deaths are experienced in the United States every year from medical mistakes, more so than gun deaths. So the AI technology and where that can go into medicine, it's a huge venture and gain. I don't know that ONPASSIVE will go down that path, but you heard Ash just the other day. He was in Boston, MIT area to meet with the brainiacs, and he's going to open labs. Well, what did labs do? You know, labs generate new technology or find new technology and invent products to bring to the marketplace. What does that do for everybody that's here that you're interested in ONPASSIVE? Marketplace, i.e. sales, i.e. commissions. So I wish Dan would explain a little bit on what's involved in bringing products to the marketplace in the medical world, because guys, it's a challenge. But I'm impressed with Ash every day. I've been fortunate enough to speak with Ash on the phone. And like many of you here, you know, we've had personal conversations, and I think that's the unique thing about ONPASSIVE. You know, I haven't met anybody here physically, personally, face to face, but I've had intense conversations with Julie. Lynn and I have talked. Willow and I have talked. Milo, so many of you. William is from North Carolina. We're right here. We'll meet soon, but we all have come very close. And I've never been involved in anything that has afforded me that, or even the desire to get to know people better. But I probably went too long, Julie, but that's all I got. Marty, I'm alive.
Key, I want to apologize to you because we have so many extensive conversation, and I know the kind of work that you are doing. And every time when you are in webinar, I literally said my heart's melt because I know how much you wanted to be here, but you couldn't. I'm stuck on words. And we never really talk about, you know, the title of what you're doing. So I wanted to apologize for that, but I appreciate you. You have saved lives on what you're doing for over 30 something years that you are doing. So Key, like I said, I'm always happy seeing you on webinar because I know your heart desire to be here, but you do have you know, the skills that you are doing what you're doing for over 35 years. So I want to apologize for that.
Thank Julie. No need. Thank you. Guys, one thing if I could emphasize, you know, you can look at shiny objects, you can look at nice cars, houses. The most value and precious gift that you have that cannot be replaced and it cannot be bought is time. We all have an infinite amount of time on this planet. Your time is going to run out. Everybody here, and there's a story I could share, I won't at this time, but everybody here is going to die. I had a panicking patient one time that asked me, am I going to die? And she'd been in the hospital many times. And I just looked at her with a serious, straight face. And I said, yep. And I didn't say anything else. It like a slap in the face to her. She calmed down. She looked at me. She said, what did you say? I said, about what? You said, I'm going to die. I said, yeah, so am I. So is everybody that's in the hospital, but you're not going to die today. And she calmed down. So time, guys, time is it. And what is Ash bringing to us? He's folding time. He's giving you an opportunity to get more time out of a day. There's only 24 hours in a day, however you cut it apart, but he's actually giving you an opportunity to multiply those hours to benefit you, not him. Thanks, Milo.
Absolutely. Thank you, Keith. Thanks for clarifying that. And I think you're a respiratory therapist, and you do a great job. And look at this hat. Key gave me this hat. Key, I don't know if you listened to the show we did yesterday with Amy Radecki, but the hat come up. You might want to listen to that show. Thanks tonight, Key, for being here. All right, and next up, we got Mr. Dan Street from the USA. Oh, before I go there, let me say one other thing. David Otto, you still do not have a country behind your name. You need a country behind your name to be on the panelists. It's got to be a name and the country. If not, then we have to, go do something else. But you have to have your country behind you. Dan Street, come on down and talk to us, brother.
Wow. Aha. Wait, hold on a second. I forgot to put microphone in there. See?
Oh, there you go.
I'm not even ready to go.
Man.
No, I appreciate this. It's an interesting topic today because there have been so many aha moments for me over the past 3 years. And the first one I can think of was when Marty, Mike, and I met Ash for the first time on a Zoom. We got him to come on a Zoom and we realized that he was the real deal. I mean, we were going to be asking him questions and he ended up flipping it around and asking us all the questions, finding out all about us. So that was the first time, the aha moment that I really realized I had that incredible feeling from Ash Mufareh that he was transparent and this thing was much bigger than we thought. And next was, I guess, becoming aware that the company just kept getting better. It stayed around. It wasn't going anywhere. It just kept getting better in the value. It was kind of a gradual thing, kind of a subliminal thing, but we just kept feeling that company getting better and the value went through the roof. And then I think finally the level of trust I now have, just knowing that nothing can stop this project. Nothing can stop ONPASSIVE from launching to the world. And another quick little aha is that we only know 10% of the total scope of this massive business. So that to me, when Ash said that just the other day, on one of those webinars, 10%, oh my gosh, that's an aha. And I see right now, I said this in a webinar the other day, I see the pendulum swinging more from bringing founders into this business to the product side of this business, to the O Bless, to the O Connect, to the introduction of all the products in all these events that are coming up. So very, very exciting stuff. And Key, yeah, thank you for all you do in the medical industry. And I can appreciate the fact and attest to the fact that it is very, very difficult to get products approved by the FDA into the medical field. I dealt mainly with the orthopedic side of stuff and bone graft substitutes and just devices that you put people back together, plates and screws and hips and knees. But as far as the technology goes right now, when we're talking AI technology, right when I left the business a year ago, when I left, going into the OR and watching people and helping and assisting people get total joints put into their body to improve their life, robots started taking over for the surgeons. There are robot-assisted total joint replacements going on right now. And, I don't know how much of that is AI technology, but I know that the orthopedic surgeon basically just monitors that robot and the procedure is done. And it's done in a fraction of the time that it would take a surgeon to do it. So technology is getting there, and it's bizarre what's going on in the medical field. So that's all I have. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Dan. Absolutely. What we know so far is probably 10%, maybe. Remember, we are paving the way. ONPASSIVE is paving the way. So I would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone, if you haven't done so, get back into the back office, listen to the recording, read the notes. And if you haven't done so, and if you really didn't get what it said there, have a conversation with someone. Call a founder, call someone that you see are plugging in. I'm not sure whose mic is on right now. Let's see, because I hear some noise coming out. But yeah, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind everyone, get back into our back office, listening to some of the recording. Right now, many of us, our lives is revolving around listening to webinars, listening to Mr. Ashmufard, the teaching, what he is saying, because every single time I went back there and listened and reading the notes, I pick out more things. And what I usually do is connecting all the dots. Boy, when you do that, you're going to see the bigger picture based on what you know so far. The information is there. It's there. All you got to do is look for it. So I like to take this opportunity to remind everyone, please stay plugged in. Do not blink, because it's going to come, and it's going to come stacking the cool and compounding and all of that. And then if you have a chance, go back to all the event that's been introduced to us. Watch the message. Write down the message, because that message in there would help you to predict of what's going to happen next. That's just my opinions, all right? So I'm excited that we are all getting together every week and talking about this. So can't wait to hear a lot of your aha moments coming up. So William DeLome, you are up next.
Hello, hi Marlo, hi Julie, hi T. My ha-ha moment was coming out of the hospital, and you invited me on your show, so that was very awesome.
We had a great time, William.
That was hard to go through, but hey, it was done. And I have what you call about Catmull. My thought on that, it's like a falling star. So when you catch it, you use otrim to trim it and put it in your pocket for a rainy day. And that rainy day is coming. So also, I wanted to say another ha-ha moment was a million Mother Teresa's. So I'm not really concerned about this world as it is. It's not good for people who are left behind and poverty stricken. So I know you have to fix your underlying issue, but we can help, and we have the skills to do it now. And I think that's a good way to go. That's all I have.
Absolutely, William. The Marshmallow Man, that was good stuff, brother. It's so good to have you on all of our shows when you show up. So next up, we got Miss Christina Dodds from USA. Come on down.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be here. I also want to thank everyone for all the love and support you've given me over the last week. But my aha moment was when I had shared the business I'd been taunted by being told that stop chasing a fairyland. And I was like, I don't chase the fairies in the fairyland. I chase the unicorn. And then on 3/30th, at the very end of the light show on the Burj Khalifa, there was the unicorn. And I told my husband, see, I told you, I found the unicorn. But my most heartfelt moment was when I saw the logo on the food that was being given away. That was the most awesomest feeling. And you couldn't be prouder of ONPASSIVE. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christina. Wonderful share today. I appreciate you. I wanted to say this a little bit about William Delhomme. If you haven't listened to his story, when he starts stepping out and go to the Julia and Milo show and share his story, it's a life-changing, not only for William Delhomme, but for me, for Milo, and for a lot of us who are listening to it. So if you haven't, it is in our channel. You got to go and look for it, listen to it. And if you like to go and have that conversation with Milo and I to tell your story to the world, we are doing it. I know we have been paused for a little bit, but we are doing it every week now. We are starting to schedules, and if you haven't done so, please reach out to one of us. Let us know that you're interested doing it. We do have a few people that we have been saying to do it. We are going back and start scheduling. If you're interested to do that, we'd love to hear your story. Christina, I can't wait to hear your story. And I know that you've gone through a couple of things happened in the last few weeks, but we're so glad that you're here. I always see you here on webinars, and we appreciate you as well. Thanks so much, Christina. All right, here is another gentleman. He is at work, but he always show up. Momodu, if you would please unmute your mic.
Yes, Miss Julie. Sorry, I can't turn on my phone. Okay, I'm just having my dinner quickly. I'm sorry. Good evening, Miss Julie. Good evening, Mr. Milo, and everybody else. Thank you very much for what you've done and still doing for us. You know, my moment is from the first day my co-worker introduced me into this ONPASSIVE, and he invited me to the guest webinar where Mr. Charles Osom did the presentation. So after the presentation, I registered, and my first moment is when I have access into the back office. And I read all what was in there, the product and all this stuff. So that was my first moment. And since then, everything that has been taking place until now, they are all, it's just a continuation of my moment. Because since the first day I have access into my back office and I read those products, and you know, that just confirmed everything, Mr. Charles and the contributors. And then the other thing again, when I listen to Michael Williams when he was explaining about you become a founder and you don't tell nobody and you don't have nobody, what you will make in 2 or 3 years' time. So that's just seal everything for me until this moment, you know. So I don't have everything about what has happened and still going to happen is just a continuation of that moment. So thank you very much for allowing me to say something, and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Momotu. All right, and next up we have Lily Lane from the USA. Come on down, Lily.
Thank you so much, Milo and Julie, for giving us this opportunity tonight. I came from a family of 14 children. And what you find when you're in a family that large is that you don't share everything with every one of them, but it's like one or two that you would talk to, you would have your inside jokes and those kinds of things. So when I joined Passive in 2019, I had just come out of a situation that I had been taken advantage of, was offered an opportunity to become a founder, and I lost like $42,000, thinking that I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. So when I joined ONPASSIVE and started talking to people about it, oh, they were going to show me all of the ways that I shouldn't and all of the ways that I shouldn't because of and all this thing. But there was something about Mr. Ash that told me that I should not pay any attention to what they were saying. So my aha was the day when he introduced us to his little boys, those little geniuses. When he introduced us to them, that was my moment. And I could go back and I could tell the world, if it's not real, he wouldn't have done it. You know, so, and since that time, I have just been going on and on and on. But back to my brother, we had a thing that if he did something good, I would say, you ugly. And if I did something good, and that's how we complimented each other by calling us ugly. But what ugly meant was unstoppable, genius, lively yeoman. At that time, he was in service. So that's what that meant. And when I began to listen to Mr. Ash, I said to myself, you ugly, you just ugly. And I still say that now to myself. I call him, you ugly, you're ugly, unstoppable genius. And that's what he really is. My faith in him, my trust in him, I would trust him with anything that I have, anything that I thought I was going to have. That's how much faith and trust that I have in him. And I'm just so excited to be a part of founders. I am just so happy. I can't hardly wait to go back to those people that outlined everything to me and told me, don't do this, don't do that because of, I can't hardly wait. I can't hardly wait. I want to go back and say, I was the genius by following the genius. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily Lane. I am with you 100%. Yes. First of all, when you look at the children, you can see, and if you are having children right now living with you, I can see the future, right? Looking at them and see what we are doing, I can see the bright future of those children. And it's all because I believe it started all with a decision. Someone made that decision, and it is Mr. Ash Mufarad, his family, his entire family. And right now it's the entire team. Not only that, and 1.3 million people made the decisions. What are we doing? We made decision every day. And what we are doing here currently right now is we made the decision to share ONPASSIVE. It all started with Mr. Ash Mufarad and his family making a decision to take a few of his friends, of whoever that follow him, to come. And here we are, 1.3 million people. And then it's going to go into multi-millions. It's going to go into billions of people. Because of that decision, whenever that happened, he made it. And I'm so thankful. And I'm totally with you, Lily Lane, is that I am entrusted 100% in his decision, in everything that he does. Therefore, I've never had a question, or I'm never questioned anything or everything that he's doing. All I am doing right now is completely dedicated and committed to help anyone, anywhere, anytime to help. Therefore, that's what I wanted to share that with everyone, because we are all doing that right now. We're showing up. We make the decision to share. We're showing up to do what we do every day. So thank you, Lillian, for bringing that up as well. All right, our next speaker is a sweet friend who always there for me, who always give me great wisdom, and no other than Willow Griffith. Willow, you are up next. If you would please unmute your mic. We'd love to hear your wisdom.
Oh, I thank you, my darling child. You made me cry there, honey. I've had so many moments in ONPASSIVE that I can't really capitalize on any, except I'm in agreement with Dan Street. I come in March of 2019, and we really didn't have a lot going on there. There wasn't all the webinars or anything, but Dan and Marty and I don't know if Red was in on it or not, but there were many others that I had known before that were in there, and Ash came in to talk to us. And the first time he talked to me one-on-one, I was in forever. I could see angels around him. I could see his heart. I was a basket case when he wanted to talk to me. I couldn't say a word right. It didn't come out of my mouth right. But since then, there have been so many other unique moments in life that I've seen. I see Bruce Gerstein overcoming great odds, and our own William, who loves unconditionally. And it's, you can't really count them all up. There's so many. But I want to say one thing, that Julie and Milo have given so many people the opportunity to come out of their shells and to help others and to be what Ash wants us to be. So I think meeting Judy and Milo has to be my second most important moment in ONPASSIVE. And I want to thank them from the bottom. They have done for me because they're such loving people. So thank you for letting me share my moments. And there's going to be more. Just hold on. If you don't believe now, after all that we've been through the last 3-4 years, I'm going to pray for you tonight, because it is going to be so big, it's going to knock our socks off. So thank you, darlings, for having me.
Thank you, Willow. Thank you, Willow. You always bring such good stuff to the table. We enjoy always listening to you talk. It's a great
Thank you, darling.
All right. Good to see you looking so well. All right. Let's go next to Dr. Benny. Dr. Benny, come on down and talk to us.
Oh, right. Thank you so much, Brother Milo and Sister Julie, for giving me this opportunity. I just want to thank each and everyone. Look, a lot of people have moments. My first moment was when I was introduced into ONPASSIVE by my trusted friend, Dr. Helen. Since then, I have not been sleeping. As everybody knows, we all saw the vision, just like our CEO. Now, my other moment is when I spoke to our CEO. The first time I spoke to him, I went home and I cried because I never knew I could speak to a good man who have the best heart in the world. He reassured me that my school loan will be paid within one transaction. That makes me really happy. Knowing that ONPASSIVE is registered in United States, it makes me happy. Knowing that you don't have to go out there and beg anybody. to join ONPASSIVE, but you still have to go out there and spread the good news because you don't want to be the only one to enjoy, right? My next moment is when ONPASSIVE was introduced on the 30th of March of 2020 into the world to make each and everyone knows that ONPASSIVE is not a joke, right? It's not. I am so happy. Another moment is that we will be having our own data center, right? Very, very important. Another moment is when he stated that we will be having IPv6. That means we own all the IP addresses in the world. Now, as we all know, IPv6 is more secured than IPv4. I am excited, seriously. And another moment is when OBLESS was also introduced, and knowing that OBLESS is going to help people who are in need in this world. I have a lot to say, but I will be quiet for now. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Benny. It's good to have you here with us as well. You know, I do resonate with your excitement as well. When he talked about data centers, right? He added and he emphasized data centers, right? Factories, laboratories, right? And also we get access to billions, all the IP addresses in the world. Imagine that. Imagine that. How many of us know a giant tech company out there that does that started that way? So what he's doing right now, which is very brilliant, it's building that foundation, that infrastructure, because the growth is rapidly. And so, yeah, I hear your excitement, Dr. Benny. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right.
Please, one more thing, please. I want to thank Brother Matty.
Absolutely.
He has been there for me. Thank you, Brother Matty. Thank you for all your help. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. I know I could feel your emotion. So Marty is one of our big brother who takes care of his little brothers and sisters, right? So I resonate with you on that, Dr. Benny. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, up next we have Listra Twat. She is from Canada and she's here with us. Amazing lives that she's been doing out there. Listra, if you would please unmute your mic.
Thanks, Julie. Hi, everyone. Well, my first aha moment came in January of 2020. This business was brought to my attention in December of 2019, but I didn't do anything because I was doing something else. But when I really looked at the videos that was sent to me, that was my first aha moment, just listening to them. And then I just, I would go on YouTube and look at more and more. And then I was on a call once with some ladies, and Robin Noble was on that call. And she asked me if I attended webinars at all. And I said, no, I don't. And I didn't. And she says, well, you know what? You're missing out. Get on a webinar and you will see. And I did. And I saw. And do you know, I've never stopped since then. January or February, I'm not sure which one, of 2020. I love the webinars. I love all you guys. That was my second aha, no, my third, because the second was Robin. So my third was going on those webinars, and I realized what I was learning, how much I was learning from everyone, the leaders. You guys take the time to teach us and to show us what this business is all about. And learning from you guys was a big, like, aha, this is what I've been missing out on. And that was great. And as time went on, and I started to go on Facebook, and I realized that I could actually be a part of this and putting myself out there. And I realized that I loved doing that, just going on there, doing posts and so on. And now I'm realizing I can do lives. I never thought I would be able to do that. So many ahas in there. And then the first time I spoke with Mr. Ash on a webinar, that was like, I waited so long, from then to now. And then on that event, when I was on there, well, that was the biggest aha moment ever, ever. Just being on there, it felt so great. Thank you, Marty. It was just so wonderful. I feel blessed up to this day. And I know that this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I am just moving ahead with everyone. Thank you.
Awesome, Listra. I loved it. I love it. I love when I see people develop over time, and people who first don't want to talk, they might not even want to put their camera on. Then all of a sudden they put their camera on, and then pretty soon you talk them into coming to a webinar, and hey, speak a little bit, or whatever. And then pretty soon you go to lives. That is a wonderful thing. I love to watch the evolution of people in this company. It is a beautiful thing. So next up, we got Mr. William Norris from North Carolina, USA. Come on down, William.
Hey, Milo. Thank you, sir. I guess my first aha moment was pretty early. I was introduced to ONPASSIVE by a friend of mine up in Canada, Dave Marshall, and he and I had been in some things before and been pretty successful in a couple of Bitcoin programs, but they didn't last long. They died pretty soon. And so I kind of decided that online marketing might not be for me because I didn't feel like I was smart enough to manipulate the computer, manipulate the different components of marketing online. So, I knew I could sell because I had my own construction company for 20 years, and I knew I could sell that way, but marketing online seemed to be kind of something that just wasn't my bag. And I realized too early that, I weren't smart enough to carry people with me, which seems to be something that even a lot of the well-seasoned marketers had issues with, and finally decided that they couldn't do either. But, as I watched Ash and listened to what he had to say in those first few videos, I realized that what he was doing was something different, something I've never seen before in any program. I realized he was doing it with heart, and he had the desire to help people in that area where 98% of people fail, and I was definitely there. So, I was enticed, and I wanted to be a part of it. But like I said, I saw that Ash was real. I saw his heart, and when Oh Bless came about, I guess that was my real big thing, because I've always been about helping people. I love to be able to help people. And, I just feel like that Oh Bless was probably, being introduced to Oh Bless was probably the biggest thing that really hooked my heart. But, ONPASSIVE as a whole, with Ash and the team that we have, I don't see how we can fail. I mean, it's gone to a point to where if anybody can't see that this is real, I'm gonna pray for them. I'm gonna pray for them, because this is real, and it's probably the best thing that we're ever gonna have opportunity to be, involved in. So I think we need to, buckle down and do whatever we need to do to try to help Ash make this thing successful. I appreciate everything everybody's doing here. Love all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, William. We love you too. We know that because you are always here and always share your heart out. And I know you do have so many things that you want to do with OBLESS. So let's carry on. I do know right now that we have about 6 hands raised right now. I like to stay on this topic for another 30 minutes. So if you have many aha moments, let's share one. And then on Saturday, when Julie and Milo show come, we're going to do a continuation of aha moments. And if you haven't had a chance or not prepared to share it today, it's okay. We will invite you back to Saturday. We do have 2 hours on Saturday that you can share. So as I'm looking at the screen, Mr. David is the last one we are covering. And after that 30-minute slot, I'm going to go into discussion really quick. I like to have Milo, Marty, Dan Street, and anyone who wants to chime into that discussions. I will probably have a very good questions that people are probably thinking about it. So I'll have that ready. But like I said, we have about 30 minutes. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. So let's keep it at one aha moment, and then we could come back to Saturday as well. All right, Miriam, good to have you here, Miriam. I heard you spoke on OBLESS, and I love what you are doing. But today we're talking about aha moments, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
My aha moment, and I don't normally talk in front of people, so I'm going to do my best. Back in early 2018, I was with another company that a lot of us, I think, were with, and people made a lot of money, and it eventually was shut down. Well, Eric Stanrich introduced me to ONPASSIVE in October. I jumped and I never looked back. My aha moment out of all this is that it's just grown, and it's not, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, in the beginning, there was the packages, right? And thought, oh, that's neat. We can do this. And it's just grown to be so much that it's not even aha anymore. It's more like, I can't even believe how big it is. Sometimes I pinch myself because I can't believe that I'm in this. You know, you see something really good and you're on the outside looking in. Well, now we're on the inside. We're part of this, and we're always going to be part of that. I mean, that's bigger than an aha moment. I don't even know how to explain that. But I guess that's what I wanted to say. I mean, it just takes all the words away. There's just nothing to say, you know? It's when you see one person in a company saying he has a mentor, and he's saying, in order, you need to buy this package. Well, you could take a loan out. I'm on disability. I can't afford to take the loan out. What, do you have a big screen TV? Yeah, well, sell it. And then you'll be able to buy this package and make a lot of money. God had his hand over me, because what happened? They got shut down. I'll just say they got shut down. Everybody lost everything they made. And then ONPASSIVE came a couple months later. So praise God. I'm happy. I had my aha moment. That's it.
All right, Miriam, nice job, man. Beautiful job talking, man. Don't quit talking, man. Come out and talk. You did wonderful, and big things are gonna happen for you. Who knows? Pretty soon we'll probably see you on lives, you know. All right. Next up, we got Miss Marie Pendy from the USA. Come on down, girl.
Come on down, girl.
Good evening, everyone. This is Marie Pendy. I am very glad to be among people of wisdom. So, getting to my aha moment. When I became a founder, I was reading and looking at stuff and going to webinars, and it came to my understanding that this ONPASSIVE is gonna help the disabled individual, the underserved and the forgotten, the blind and the deaf. That was my one of my first aha moments. And then I looked at the product and they said, I saw Oh Bless. I said, wow, So I went on a webinar and, some people were not convinced with this ONPASSIVE phenomenon. And I had to speak to the guests to, explain to them this business of ONPASSIVE. And I said to them, who in their right mind will want to get rich at the backs of a disabled, a blind, a deaf person? Then that person is not a human. And I don't think Mr. Ash Mufara is that kind of a person. Then we had this event on the 30th of April. I said, I saw that and I saw the Oh Bless being rolled out, has been going on. I said, God bless Mr. Ash, pump the blood in his little heart and bless him to bless other people with Oh Bless. That's it.
That's right, Marie. That's right. That's right. Geez, every time when he comes on, we can feel his heart. We can feel how he is through what he's doing and through his speaking as well. So, I'm really enjoying this webinar. I'm really loving it. A lot of the aha moments are sharing out here. So, Lisa McBride, if you would please unmute your mic and share with us your aha moment.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
My aha moment was the very first time that I was told about ONPASSIVE. The first thing that they said was no fake accounts. And I'm a big anti-bully person. I kind of had to act like a bully for a bit just to bring some attention to it. But I was like harassed and stalked and the slander every time that Ash talks about slander and stuff. It really like touches my heart, and I feel bad for that happens because it ruins many things. And so that was really like I didn't even question. I didn't even let them finish telling me anything else about it. As soon as I heard that there'd be security and have some sort of safety online, or some sort of protection or something, I was in. But then when the very first time that Ash spoke about Oh Bless, I think I don't know if my camera was on or not, but I was a mess, and I've basically been a mess ever since. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully using that to further help the topic of bullying, because it's everything, it's everything. It affects everything. It changes people. And it starts at home, and it's bad. So, it's really going to be a lot of my attention will be going on that. And I'm looking forward to being able to bring some light and hopefully help out. So that's my aha moment, was just safety.
Awesome. That is a great point there that you make, Lisa.
And I'm sorry I didn't put my camera on, but if I did, I would have broke all the rules.
All right, no problem. No problem. Thanks for coming on and talking. All right, and next up we got Marcienne Himaboo from the USA.
Thank you so much, Julie Amalo. And my moment, it was a week after I joined ONPASSIVE. And I came to a webinar. I didn't know who is Mr. Ash Mufara. There he comes. And he said, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to change your zip code? Have you ever had a calculator with a 12 digit? That was my moment. Then everything flipped up. And I feel like I was a celebrity, which I still feel today that I am. I become a celebrity from that moment because I know that celebrity are those that they live in the good zip code. Those that they know me, I changed everything completely on my life on that day. And I fell in love with ONPASSIVE, and I've never gone back. That was my moment. Since then, I knew that I'm capable to do everything in my life in this company, and I've been doing just that. I knew that I was going to help a lot of people. I've been doing just that. And I went to Julie and Milo show. That was it. I become that celebrity. I am on YouTube and everywhere. I have interview with Julie and Marlo. I mean, that was my moment, and that's it. From then, they proved to me that I am not just who I think that I am. ONPASSIVE is telling me that I can become anything. That was my moment. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you, Milo. Thank you.
Absolutely, Sister Marcian. So good to have you here. I know that you are working on a lot of things with O-Winners, and I wanted to shout out to all your team over there in Houston and all the O-Winners that you are doing. Continue what you are doing and what, because that's a name. The winner. We are all winners around the world. And so, so good to have you always come and support the Julie and Milo show. Not only just Julie and Milo show, you showed up everywhere. So remember, everyone, the key to success is show up. And I believe Mr. Ash Mufarad have said that we are showing up, even though we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know this and we don't know that. What we don't know is what we don't know. But what we know allow us to expand our thinking, expand our mind and our heart. So continue to show up, because every time when you show up and you prepare to receive the information, the connections, boy, you can't stop. Just like me, I can't stop talking because of how much I have the ability to connect with everyone around the world. So thank you so much for everyone who are showing up. Just show up. Show up is the first step to be successful. All right. I see Amy.
I want to say that the song is out. I will send it to you.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I'm so looking forward to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Amy Radecki from Michigan, USA. We did her story yesterday, I believe. You haven't watched it. It's out there. Wonderful human being, wonderful mom. And she is in love with ONPASSIVE. So she is going to share here with us. Amy, please unmute your mic.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on the show again. I appreciate Julie and Milo, both of you. My aha moment was, well, I joined in December of 2021, so not too long ago. And I can't imagine waiting 3 or 4 years, you guys. You guys are my heroes. But my aha moment came when Ash came onto a webinar. I believe it was the Julie and Milo show. The first time that I heard Ash, I could see his heart, and I could feel the love that comes out of him. And that was my aha moment, that I made the right decision to join with ONPASSIVE. And my favorite is Oh Bless, and I can't wait until that all can come to pass. So that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Good to hear you speaking. We always like that when we see someone start to grow, man, and we see you starting to grow. You know, you're go to every webinar. It seems like if you're not there, you're at the replay. So we love it. Just stay engaged, and it's good. Next up, we got Miss Patricia Parent from Canada. And I'll tell you what, she was on our show. This is an incredible story. If you have not watched Patricia Parent, watch her show, but you can hear her heart. The other day, when she talked, it was beautiful. Patricia, come on down.
Hi, Julie and Milo. Can I take a second and turn my camera on now?
Sure,
because I've finished with my nebulizer, so
of course.
I have to figure this out because I just have a old webcam. I don't have a good computer, but
I think
all
your
is,
camera is on.
yeah, I just have to block it out now.
Okay.
Thank you. There we go. I think it's on now.
Yes, it is.
We can see you.
Well, Julie and Milo, you know my aha moment was on your show. And I think the biggest thing I said was about oblasts. And my aha moment was the first webinar PNG did with Fred and David. And when they said they had to walk miles to share on passive, whoa, I can go across the street, but they walked miles. And the other aha moment was when Milo said it only takes one account and no one will be left behind. I still feel that today, whether we have teens or not. That's a big aha moment for anyone new that's coming in and the last person that'll be entering as a founder. It's a big moment because no one will be left behind with ONPASSIVE. Mr. Ash has said that. He's also said the other aha moment was when Mr. Ash says showing up is 80% of it. And I think, Julie, you just said it again. So when I first started, I used to just comment and share and like, and I didn't open my camera much and I didn't talk much. But I remember my very first video I did, it was about oblasts. And I was touched from that moment on. I think I went on for 45 minutes. But that I don't do that anymore. I try not to. But my hugest aha was the other day when I got to speak with Mr. Ash. And I look much better today than I did then. And I really want to thank him so much for what he gives to each and every one of us. It's aha moments in the heart because he gives from the heart. And that's all I can say, because every blessing comes from the heart and every aha moment should come from the heart. So Mr. Ash, if you're here, I don't know, because you'd like to surprise everyone, but it is from the heart. And each and every founder here that is listening or watching, give your aha moment to your heart, just like Mr. Ash does. Thanks, Julie and Milo. And I really need to give a shout out to Red and Marty and Chris, because they are aha moments also that no one should ever take away from them. Thank you all. Love yous all from every speck of my heart to each and every one of you. And Key, thank you for your advice today and what you had shared with me in a message. I do understand that medical devices are not easy to regulate and with FDA, but I did talk to my respiratory therapist about it today, and she suggested that I talk to my respirologist. He may have leads on it also, but I know ONPASSIVE will do more than any. So thank you, everyone, and I'm grateful and blessed to be here, and I do show up as much as possible. Those are aha moments every day. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pat. It's so good to have you, and it's so good to know about you, know of what you're going through and the strength that you have. I do remember the very first moment where you and I connected, and literally talking you through the process and talking you through to be in the Julie and Milo show. And you did it. You do have such a beautiful smile. Her story is in the Julie and Milo show. If you haven't watched, we have done over 100 50 stories, and Pat Perrin here has a story there. If you go there, and if you haven't done so, Pat is doing live every single day, almost every day. Well, she's not doing live as in where you can interact with her, but she does a video of herself speaking. So if you are out there and you're looking forward to hear more, and if you've wanted to find inspiration, if you wake up in a day and you feel like you need just a little push, just go and watch Pat Perrin live. I know Listra is doing it. I know Rupa Paul is doing it. I know Christina Dots also doing it. There's so many of us here doing live out there. If you are following, you know, the founders and friend with, connections with, I don't really like the word followers. I really like if you are connecting with friends that are founders, please also go out there and share, because every single time when someone spoke, I feel that it gives me another shot of energy for all of us to go. So not only just energy, just the inspirations, the, you know, the story, the connections that we all have with them as well. So, all right, Mr. David is our last speaker for tonight. I know, Mirthland, you have your hands raised. Unfortunately, we're going to have to move on to another topic that I like everyone to hear the discussion. So if that's possible, we're going to move you to Saturday as well. As everyone know, we are going to have the same discussion on Saturday. If you're not prepared to share it tonight, you absolutely could join us on Saturday. And our Saturday start at 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mr. David, good to have you here from India. Please go ahead and unmute your mic.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you to all our respected founders. Hearing from all of you, it's really inspiring and it's give us more confidence and power inside. And I can say the aha moment in ONPASSIVE is like start webinar, the path will get clearer. And the second thing is when listening to Mr. Ash Mupare, like his vision that ONPASSIVE is a humanizing business. It really touches my heart and brain, and the body automatically start working without any pressure force. It's all effortless we are doing right now. And he said that ONPASSIVE is a complete life solution. Complete life solution. And whatever he's speaking, he's doing more than that. He's taking massive action, we know that. And he said like last year, in the month of May 2021, like, ONPASSIVE is just like drinking water. If you know how to drink water, you can run ONPASSIVE. And finally, he said that ONPASSIVE is not going to touch 4 billion people live. ONPASSIVE is going to change and touch 8 billion people's life in the world and beyond. And we're going to reshape this planet Earth. We need to remodel this planet. This is his profound statement he is giving to us, and he's doing on that. And many more are there. So this much for today. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Wow. What a great time we had discussing aha moments. And you know, there's so many of them that we could never go through them all in one day. Thus, we're going to go to Saturday or whatever, because I know myself, I got a few more myself that I could talk about. But you know, I don't a lot of times get it. I forget at the end of the show to throw out thanks for all the people that helped make this show happen. Julie Wynn, what a great person to help co-host it. And Marty DeGarmo is always there for us. And Lynn Nakamoto, I appreciate you guys' help. You guys make it all happen for us, and we have fun, and that's the main thing. So Julie, back to you. Oops, that way.
Absolutely. I just want to make sure to see if Marty's still here with us. I see that his camera is off, and I know he has a full house, but I'm wondering if he's is still back on with us. And also Dan, if you are here. All right. Marty, you have on, and also Milo. You know, if you have been following on the discussions, right? And I know we are live streamed right now, but this is something that I really want to bring up. The message of what ONPASSIVE has been doing, building the brand. I wanted to ask Marty, Milo, Dan, and anyone that wants to talk a little bit about it. Talk to us a little bit about the very important about branding, because every time when it's a show that's going on out for Mr. Ashmore from coming from Dubai, branding is a big thing, and he has talked about it. And I like to take a few moments to talk about branding, the brand of ONPASSIVE, how important it is for all of us to not only focusing on the brand, but representing the brand. So let's talk a little bit about that. Milo, do you want to get started, or Marty or Dan, if you are still here with us? Please go right ahead.
Sure,
Marty?
I can.
Yeah.
Branding is so important. As we all know, you just take a look at Apple. Let's take Apple, for example, how they branded you no longer, when Apple puts something out, you don't question the quality of it. You just know you want it. That's what ONPASSIVE is building, is something that is good enough that it stands alone, man. When you say ONPASSIVE, you want it because you know it is a good product. And remember, we have a lot of products that are coming down the pipe. It's not just one ONPASSIVE, and it will be constantly updated. It'll be constantly new things. And the cool thing is, once you have a customer, guess what? They're going to want that next product. They're going to want the next product, and it's a built-in customer base for you. There's hardly no other company other than Apple that does that, to tell you the truth. Microsoft used to be into it because they had Office, and you had to have Office to basically do anything. Well, now you got Google and you got other things, that's kind of done away with that. Apple's still kind of on its own. I know, Android's tried to come in there, but still Apple is Apple. And that's what it's all about, building a brand so that people trust that brand, and so that you don't have to sell it. You don't have to sell it. It sells itself. People are waiting for it. They're going to be in the line when it's time to go. That's my point on it. Marty or Dan?
Marty, I think you're back. Marty, do you like to start?
Yeah, man, I never ate dinner so fast in my life. Gosh, I didn't want to be eating chicken with the screen on. Anyway, branding. When I saw, I did branding at a very, very minute scale. And if you get it right, if you get the Target, the swoosh in Nike, the golden arches in McDonald's, if you can get that, you win. You absolutely win. Because what Ash has done, I was looking at the other day, I made a 30-second video. It was mainly for fun. And I remember in the last couple of years, we would say, could you imagine starting as a founder with Apple or with Microsoft or with Amazon? And I went back and looked at their starts. And my God, I wouldn't want to start with them. I would want to start with ONPASSIVE. They started in garages, attics, basements, the strip malls, and we started at the top of the Burj Khalifa. So think about where we're at. Think about what we're really saying. And then when he starts the marketing, and remember, people looking at marketing in Dubai and they think, well, I'm not seeing thousands of people join. That's not what it's about. That's marketing. He's marketing. He's throwing the name out. Because first, what are people doing? 20 or 30 or 40,000 people every day taking a picture of ONPASSIVE going up the Burj Khalifa. They're really there for the light show and maybe the water show. But as they're doing it, that flash on that building isn't just lights when they get home. It's ONPASSIVE. The people they're sharing it with are going to say, oh, that's beautiful. I can't believe they did that. Well, what is that? What's that ONPASSIVE thing? And people are inquisitive. They will look it up. They will punch it up. They will see what it's about. And that's marketing at its finest. Now, because Ash is, I don't know, because he's crazy, okay? I'm going to just say it. I can't help myself. because he is crazy, he's doing compounding marketing. What does that mean? While he's stacking the unbelievable marketing from Dubai on the Burj Khalifa, is he done? No, he's not done. At the end of the month, there's going to be something else huge. In the June, he said he's going to do one that is massive. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And then what happens the day that they launch products? People will be clamoring to see what it is because they already have the branding. They know it's coming. It's like I've said many times, it's like back in 1984, 83, when they were talking about when Michael Jackson did Thriller. They didn't say Thriller's coming tomorrow. They said Thriller's coming in a few weeks, and then it went down to days. Then it went down to hours, and I watched it. I didn't miss it. Why? Because I'm a person where they build it up so much, I said, I gotta see this. And it lived up to what they said it was. It was the first music video that was like 20 minutes long instead of 3. And it's got records to this day. I don't know which ones, but it broke a lot of records. Because as before, because money's not an object to him, because he's fearless. Yes, he's kind-hearted, but he's fearless to look at something that big that a normal man would never leap out that far. There's no way would a normal human being say, I'm going to jump out, not here, I'm going to jump out there. And when he jumped out there, we're talking tens of millions of dollars, right? He's not playing it safe. Ash is not safe. Trust me. And he's fearless and he's doing it all for us. So when he builds that brand, and they see the products digital, and they say, oh my gosh, we have products that are unlimited, they are easy to use, user-friendly, and the value is untouchable. Any time a product comes out with that name, that brand, ONPASSIVE, it's going to be sold by the millions. Maybe in one day. No joke. This is no joke. He knows exactly what he's doing. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. No, because you know when you're watching that, you start to wrap your head around it. When he says dream bigger, think bigger, look bigger, do yourself a favor, try it. You know why? Because it feels good. It's like milk. It does the body good. Okay? Go the extra mile. Let it in because I'm telling you, people get nervous and say, oh, I don't want to go that far. Bull crap. Go that far. Go as far as you can because when I'm watching this and now he's doing labs, I know we're not talking about labs. I'm just going to give you an idea. Labs, you take the smartest people that walk the planet. They're a brain with sneakers, okay? You get them in a room. Ash goes to them because he's another one and says, I would like to do this. These people are not geared to say we can't. They are not geared that way. They're geared to say, yes, we can, how, and when. And they go at it. Boom, 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 boom. They fine tune it. They throw a patent on it. And then they send it into manufacturing and they build it. What happens then? Well, you already got the branding. You are the best of the best. You're known already. You put it out in the market. We have 1 billion people in ONPASSIVE, and this new product comes out. What do you think's going to happen? Numbers you can't calculate. Numbers you cannot calculate. That's where we're going. So when you see what we see, the other day he said, you know that digital internet solution that we're making? Yeah, it's a done deal. I'm past that, he said. I'm past that. They're wiring stuff up. They're shining it before it comes out in the showroom, but that's a done deal. He's working on the other 99% we can't even see. So if you're discouraged and you don't get it, get your friend to kick you in the butt because I'm telling you, you have no idea on the ride that we're going to be on because it's there right now. Just open your eyes and let it in. It will come in. This should be illegal, guys. This should be totally illegal, the feeling and thing that we're involved in. Really, it should be illegal. But that's all I got right now. Go ahead, Milo.
Thank you, Marty. Sorry, Milo. While Marty is talking, and I really did literally just looked up some information. Before I say this, Marty did a little video that talk about, the starting. He shows some slideshows of where Google started, where Amazon started, where Apple started. So I just looked up how many offices does Google have worldwide, right? 100. So Google is in 170 offices, and it is in 60 cities. Okay, take those numbers down. You're going to see Apple has 29 office locations in 27 countries, right? Amazon has 185 centers. This is global, right? And 110 of those centers are fulfillment centers that are active. So now ask yourself, how many offices ONPASSIVE has? So far, we do have a building in Hyderabad. We have the offices in the Burj Khalifa, 134 and 151. And then there are other offices that are open in other countries. But ONPASSIVE ourselves right now hasn't launched to the world yet. And we have 1.3 million customers. We are customers of ONPASSIVE. Not only that, we're not launching to the world yet. We are literally still preparing to launch. But that's where we are all started. And that's why he said the other day, you have to put the fund out. We do have the fund. We have the knowledge. We have to build that foundation, that infrastructure, and prepare for the growth. So if you're currently watching this and you're wondering, wow, it took 4 years. Oh yeah, it does. But it's so much shorter than other companies that are already out there. There's companies that's been here in the market. It took them 10 years to build it to the level where they are. To level, not even compare. We're not comparing here, but we're giving the facts. So that is how we are excited about ONPASSIVE. I wanted to ask Marty, and Dan has left, but Milo also, when he was talking about, as soon as the company launched, we pay your package, right? And the package that we are paying for, the initial package, is going to be very affordable, and everybody will be in green. And he said, green is not spinach green, it's not broccoli green, it's green money. I'm going to say it out. So, Marty, would you like to share with us a little bit? What does that mean by when ONPASSIVE launch, we are all in green?
It means that everyone that joins ONPASSIVE as a founder or a reseller, I believe even customers, can honestly say, for the first time, 100% of the people on ONPASSIVE made money online. It may not be much, okay, that's not the point, but you will get a signing bonus when you pay for your package, okay? And that's psychologically, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. So you pay your package and you will look in your account and there'll be money there right off the beginning. Nobody ever, any company, I don't care who it is, has ever done that. And you think, wow, that's a big deal. No. When 98% of the people don't make a dime online and they lose it, and this company says, no, you sign up with us and you'll be in the green day one. Okay, look, it's not $1 million, but the point is, subconsciously, it's the most powerful thing you could imagine. It's the most powerful thing you could imagine. I'll give you an example. I don't know how it happened, but the $97 people spent to be a founder happens to be the most powerful $97 I've ever heard. I paid $2,500 to get into a business. You talk about the 97 for on passive, and it's worth $1 billion. I don't know why. I want my money back. Some people say, I'm like, yo, it's 97 bucks. Calm down. But that it's not the amount, it's where it's at and what it did psychologically. When people come in, they pay, they look, and they're going. And imagine being a person coming as a reseller. They do it, they look and they go, I made money? How the frick did I make money? Oh, it's a sign up bonus. Not only are they not asking for a kit, they're telling you, thank you for being here. Here's a little bit green to show our appreciation. It's mind blowing, guys. It just keeps adding. Thanks, Julie, because I won't be able to sleep tonight. A lot of this stuff I throw in the back of my head so I can let it go for a little while. But yeah, it's massive, no doubt about it. Big deal.
Thank you, Marty. I know I hear the familiar sounds behind you, so I appreciate you being here with us. Milo, would you like to continue to what we're speaking here?
Absolutely. Just to add on to what Marty said, thanks, Marty, man. That was awesome explaining it. But I remember when I first come in, I was like a lot of us, I'm sure, I was expecting the time to hit when they said, oh, well, you do have to do something, or hey, there's more money that you need to buy. You need to purchase this, or you need to purchase that. And it never came. It never came. And $97 is all we paid, you know, and it's just the most amazing $97 we spent. And then when you say we're going to be green, you know, which where else, there's no other company in the world that's ever did anything like this. Whereas when you're in, when it launches and you pay, you know, you launch with you activate that wallet, there's going to be money in there. And guess what? You're in the green. It's what Ash was saying. You're in the green. What a crazy time that is. And when people start seeing that, I can tell you, 1,300,000 founders, when they see that first nickel drop into their wallet, that it's like, hey, we got money. It's like, it's going to be the biggest aha moment any of us ever had. You know, I don't think it's going to be a nickel, but I'm just saying, when that first little ching ching drops in there, everyone in the world is going to know about it, because remember, it's being branded. ONPASSIVE is the thing, you know, and all of a sudden someone says to you, did you make money? Yeah, I made money. I don't care if it's a quarter, I made money, right? But you know, that's going to be a big moment, and people are going to rush to get in, and they won't be able to get in fast enough, because I mean, anyone coming in, remember when it's date and time stamp, man, the people that are coming in before, you know, that's awesome. So it's a great moment to be in the green. When he said that, that's a huge aha moment, Julie.
Absolutely. All right. So if you have been here, if you have been listening to our discussions here, we do hope that it moves you a little bit. If it doesn't, or even if it's kind of like tickle you in some way where you're like, oh, I need to ask more questions, I need to do this, I need to do that. So please remember to get back with the person who shared ONPASSIVE with you, who shared this recording with you. Ask them to tell you more about ONPASSIVE, right? And it takes a decision of only $97 for you to make that decision. It is a one-time out of your pocket. And if you pay with credit card, there's going to be $5 extra, total of $102. It is a one-time decision for you, but it will change your life forever. Once ONPASSIVE launch, there's going to be another package, which is insanely inexpensive. It's affordable for you. So if this message literally pulled your heartstring, please get back with the person who shared this with you. I know Marty has a great message to share with us. He is going to wrap us up. So Marty, if you would please unmute your mic and share with us what you have.
You've got to stop saying Marty's got a great message. It may not be that good. You know what I mean? God.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Marty has a great message. I say something dumb. Oh yeah, that was great.
No, it is always good to hear Marty.
Always good, Marty.
Yeah,
Always.
Hey, listen to this. Just wrap your head around this. Everybody subscribes, right? Everybody pays their subscription, and the company pays back $3 to $5 million on day one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody does that. By the way, the Indians are we're scheduled to have a big event on the 8th, which is Sunday. Because it's Mother's Day, they're postponing it to the following Sunday, I believe. I want to support the Indians because I think we're all one big family. I think when we meet in person, we'll find out that the only difference between all of us is maybe color, a little bit of weight, hair or no hair, beautiful or ugly, but whatever, we're all the same, right? So if it was postponed, when they come back with it anywhere we can all add in to make it special for the Indians, we can do that. That's all I have right now. Thank you for today. Julie and Milo always charge me up. I don't need a lot of charging, but it does help to get a little fuel once in a while. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marty, for always being there for us. I wanted to take this opportunity also to shout out all of everyone that have children going through college and graduating coming up. I know our dear friend Peter Sorrells has 2 daughters graduated, and I know our dear friend, and we all love this guy, Chris Johnson, his daughter is graduating with a high degree in education, and then many other out there as well. I wanted to shout out to all of them. Also, all the friends that we don't know. I know Bridget just said her daughter is graduating as well. I wanted to send my congratulations on behalf of all the founders who couldn't be here or couldn't say congratulations to you. I wanted to congratulate you. Your life is set, right? And I believe as parents, if your children graduating from school, no matter where it is, it's your success. So congratulate to every single one of us here. Marcia and son is also graduating, and so many more. I also would like to take this opportunity to send prayers to all of our friends, family members who are going through such a hard time right now with health, ailment in our life. Just know that your will to be great, your will to be well, will help you to fight through. So please do that. And now I like to send it back to Milo to wrap this show up. I also like to make an offer. Once we wrapping the show up, Marty's gonna shut down the live stream. I am offering, and also shut down the recording. I am offering to help whoever that wants to help with the Zoom, set up the background, how to appear professionals, because we are at that level. So I'm willing to help whoever that needs to. And if you like to, please stay as soon as Marty, stop the live stream and stop the recording. I like to stay here. Let's take another 30 minutes to help whoever that needs. I'll be here to help you. And if you're in the attendees right now, do you want to come on at that time, please raise your hands and Lynn will bring you back onto the panel and I will help you. So stay around. All right, Milo, I'm sending it to you.
All right. What a great show. Aha moments. And there'll be a lot more Saturday. Come back expecting a lot more, but once again, thank you all the people behind the scenes, and for you being here. You make the show go. Thank you for coming to the Julie and Milo show, and back to you, Julie, to close it down and take us out of here.
Absolutely, Milo. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Just remember, showing up is your first step for being successful. I really appreciate everyone here. Thank you, Lynn, for helping us with the panel. Thank you, Bill Musk, for designing our background. And thank you, everyone who spoke today. We really appreciate you. Contribute to the content, contribute to the values of what we are offering here in ONPASSIVE. We truly appreciate you. And please take care of yourself. And if you are going through some type of ailment, you know that if you are willing to be well, to be in this place of healing, your will be able to get you there. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Go out there and take care of yourself and other. Good night from Orange County, California.
Good night from Nashville.
Good night, everybody.
Good night from West
Good night from
Virginia.
Virginia.
Good night from Chevy Chase,
Good
Maryland.
night from Washington,
Good
D.C.
night from Canada.
Good night from Canada.
Good night from
Good
New
night
York
from
City.
Maryland. Thank you
Good
so
night.
much.
Good
God
night,
bless
Amy.
you.
Good night, Key. Good night, David Otto. Good night, Christine.